Okay, so I just got back from work and I feel like ranting. So, um, in this video I'm going to be talking about the term BUFU, which a lot of you probably don't know. I mean, I didn't know until um, when I started gender counseling. So I'll talk about that, and I'll also be talking about jobs and just like issues with that. Um, so at work today, um, work is always interesting because I get to go by Alex, which is nice. Um, but I still am referred to as she, and it's some people know, some managers know, but they haven't really transitioned to calling me he. Um, and one of my managers has said that that a lot of people are nice there, but they think that it would be best that when I do start testosterone and present more as male, that I should find a different job. So it's kind of a bittersweet type of thing because I like working there. I've been working there for about a year, but it's probably a good idea to get something new. So, um, here's my cat. Random, but yeah. Um, so today one thing that I noticed is that this guy came in, and this is where BUFU comes into play. Is this guy came in to our store today, and he was wearing all black, like a long sleeve black shirt, black pants, red tie, and he had like short black and spiked up hair. And right when he walked in, like I automatically like focused on him, and it's this weird thing that happens with a few guys, I guess. It depends on. Usually they're more feminine. Um, some people say, oh, because they're gay, but straight guys can be more feminine too, more like metrosexual. But I think this guy happened to be more feminine, at least in the way that he talked. Um, and yeah, so BUFU is pretty much, it stands for BU fuck you, which is a term that is kind of, it confuses some people when they do focus on somebody in that way. Like for me, I figured out that I'm pansexual, but I thought that I never used to like guys. But you have to tell the difference between when you are focusing on somebody, if you're interested in them, like you're attracted to them romantically, physically, whatever, um, or if it's more you're envious of them, wanting to be like them. And so I noticed that with this guy today, it was very much the BU part. And I kind of was a creeper, and I followed him. I mean, it's kind of part of my job to check in on people, but um, yeah, when I saw him, it was like, I want to be like you. But I was like, there's no way, because even with short hair, I bind at work, occasionally pack at work. Um, but even if I purposely try to make my voice lower, like lower than this, um, a lot of people don't see me as a guy, or they won't exactly know. They might get kind of confused, or I've had people actually go, oh, go help, or go ask that, sir, ma'am, person. Like they just totally go from like everything, like they don't know. And I've had little kids be like, "Is that a boy or a girl?" So that's kind of awkward. Because most adults don't say anything, but little kids kind of just speak their mind. Um, but anyways, so um, Bufu, it's interesting because you don't really know people who don't have the gender identity issues don't really deal with that, I guess. Um, because it's definitely like a weird thing to feel because it's like I want to look like them. And for me, I still see myself as too feminine to, you know, like a girl. So, Um, I don't know. So we'll see. Like if once I get on testosterone, hopefully some of those things will change, or at least the voice will change. Um, I mean, like I consider myself a pretty boy, not like super femme, but not totally masculine. So, um, yeah. So that's, but it's just I don't know. All like the whole time at work, I was just like thinking about all these like issues with like wanting to look like somebody else or be somebody else, but being stuck in a body where you don't identify with, which is really hard. Even though you can try your best to make it match, it doesn't always work. Um, so is that plus also trying to find a different job, um, trying to figure out what jobs can I get, what jobs will be okay with the transitioning, um, especially since I'm going to be getting on testosterone in September, which means that my voice is going to be dropping, it's going to be cracking, um, just stuff like that. Their appearance changes, um, dealing with like changing the pronouns, like in the workplace. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe there might be a chance that I could stay where I am, but it might be a better idea just to kind of get a new start somewhere else, and start as Alex and start as male. Um, but it's definitely frustrating and definitely stressful because I still have to get my name legally changed, which is expensive. Um, so I'm hoping I can do that ASAP, hopefully within like a month or two. Um, yeah, but just kind of finding jobs is hard enough, but you have to go and you have to find a job that once you get the interview, you have to explain why, I go on, yeah, that's my name legally, but I like to go by Alex, and explain the transgender thing and hope that it won't affect you getting the job. And and even if you do get the job, then it's kind of like, would it affect in like the workplace? Like I don't want, like, it sucks because it's probably going to happen at some point, but it being like awkward, or um, people not being okay with it, or people making it awkward with the pronouns, and question, like, some people just ask the most like personal questions about, do you have a dick? Are you gonna get, like, are you gonna actually get a penis? Um, some people try to tie it in with like sexual orientation, which is completely two different things. Um, but like I said, I'm pansexual, so I guess it's pretty much anybody. Like it's personality based overall. I do have more experience with girls. And I think I prefer girls more, but I mean, it's whoever. Personality is more important to me. So yeah, so I think that's most of my rant. Um, yeah. So jobs and the BUFU thing, and just wanting something, wanting to look like something that you can't really change enough. Bone structure, all that stuff. Oh, and we were talking about at the last gender um group therapy, we were talking about the difference between hormones and hormone blockers. And I can get more into details in a later video, but um, one thing that was really frustrating was that I didn't know about hormone blockers when I was younger, and I mean, I guess the whole thing was, it was like I wasn't exactly sure. Like I found out that, well, I was realizing that I wanted to be a boy in like elementary school, and then like in middle school and high school, I was like, oh, maybe I'm just a lesbian, and I was just in like the male role. Um, and I can get more into that past too in a later video. But um, the hormone blockers, pretty much just for me anyway, it would um, cut off the estrogen, which I mean, obviously I'm 18, so I'm too far into puberty for it to even matter. Um, but it would pretty much like how your hips get wider and like the curves and everything. I'm not sure how it would affect your period, but that would be nice if it would stop that. But whatever. Um, but it would have been nice. It was very frustrating to hear that I could have had more of a male body. Like I could have, like when I was little, when first started going through puberty, I went up to my dad and I was like, Dad, if I do a bunch of sit-ups and just get like ripped and just get abs, will these curves go away? Will it get straight? Because I wanted to be like a boy, and I didn't. I hated having the curves, and I still do, and it sucks. And just hearing that the hormone blockers could have prevented that, like the bone structure and everything. Like I really wish that I would have known that, but you can't change it. It's in the past. It's too late now. So hopefully testosterone will do a little bit more. Like hopefully it'll be change something with facial hair. I think there's something with like fat distribution. It does stop your period. It does um, obviously drop your voice. Um, so there's some things that that testosterone can do, but I just wish a lot of people in my group are on hormone blockers, but most of them are male to female. Um, so it's just one of those things, I guess, that it's like you don't want to regret it, but at the same time, it's like hard to like not be frustrated. Like I wish I would have known about that, because that would have been really nice to not have to go through female puberty. So, anyways, I'll make some videos sometime soon, next week probably. But yeah, so that's my rant. So, see you guys later.